Okay, 6M2. Okay, here's your examples. And I will be splitting my paper. Actually, I know you don't like to split the paper down. That's okay. Okay, so we'll just block it off every time we do an assignment. So we got x minus 6 less than or equal to negative 12. So when we're solving less than, greater than problems, we need to make a number line. Okay. Now, one thing you're going to want to do on a separate paper, just to remind yourself when you're doing it on your own, at the end of the problem, if the sign opens toward the letter or the variable, the graph's always going this way, headed that way. If it opens towards the number, then it's headed back the other way. Okay. Okay, so anyway, here's the symbol, and I've got x just on that side. It just has a subtraction operation. Okay, so when you're getting rid of the minus and plussing, that sign's not going to change. Okay, so you're just going to plus 6, line the symbol up, x, negative 12 plus 6 is negative 6. Okay, so I go negative 6, I circle, I'm going to fill in the circle. And it's opening towards the number, so it's headed that way. So I just put right there. Okay, next example, we have negative 3 greater than x minus 7. And you want to be careful on this one. So the x is over here, okay, on that side. Here's the symbol, x is on that side. So again, the only operation I have is a minus, so we're going to plus 7. So line the symbol up. And you have x over here. Remember, you need to put the x where it's at. If it's after the symbol, put it after the symbol. Negative 3 plus 7 is 4. Okay, so I graph 4 on the number line. I circle. I'm not going to fill that in because we don't have the equals to line. Now the sign is opening towards the number. So when it opens towards a number, it goes this way. Okay? So that's what you have. Now when you label your answer, you're going to put x and the 4, but you're going less than, so you'll put the less than symbol. Now I know you ended up with greater than, but look at here and here. Here the 4 is first, so greater than. Here the x is first, so less than. Okay? Next one, x plus 0.7 greater than or equal to negative 3.5. Okay, so the x is over here, so all we have is the addition operation. Line up the symbol. You have x, negative 3.5 minus 0.7 is negative 4.2. So negative 4.2, circle, you're going to fill that in, and it opens toward that letter, okay, the x, so it's headed this way. So when we head towards that way, we point the nose that way. We put x, negative 4.2. Okay, next one, negative 2x greater than or equal to 14. Now this time the x is over here, and between the 2 and the x there's no sign, so that's a multiplication symbol. Now when you have a multiplication operation or a division, we didn't have any on these first three, but when you have a multiplication or a division, you want to circle that. Because if you have a negative there, you need to flip the sign, okay? So the sign's going to switch down here. So I divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. We have an x before the symbol, and then 14 divided by negative 2 is negative 7. So negative 7 is a number I plot. I'm going to fill in the circle. It opens towards the number, so we go this way. So going that way is less than or equal to. It's kind of like a nose. And I put the x and then the negative 7. That's just me labeling the number line. Okay, next one, negative 5x less than or equal to 10. Alright, so what are we going to do? Well, we're going to look at the side where the x is at. There's no sign between the 5 and the x, so that's a times. So we need to circle our multiplication operation. If it's by a negative, the sign needs to flip. And I need to divide by negative 5. So I have the x, 10 divided by negative 5 is negative 2. Okay? So negative 2. Circle, fill it in. Yeah, I have to watch these cats where my parents are gone on a trip, so pardon the interruption here in the background. Okay. Opens toward the letter, so it goes this way. So x greater than or equal to negative 2. Yeah, like I'd get a pet cat. No, there's 2 of them, and they're kind of annoying, so... Okay, next one, 18, or no, we're not making the boxes, okay. 18 less than negative 9x. Okay, so we need our number line. So the x is on that side, and it's a times because there's no sign between. Now, again, you want to circle the times. Times or divide, you want to circle, okay? See, the first 3 problems I did, I wasn't circling because there was no times or divide. But when I times and divide, if I have a negative number with the multiplication, that sign flips. And we divide by negative 9. And we put x after the symbol because that's where it's at. And then over here, 18 divided by negative 9 is negative 2. So number line, circle, I will not be filling in the circle because of the line. It opens towards a number, so we're going that way. Okay? So going that way is less than, I put x and then the negative 2. Okay? Now you're like, well, that's not what we ended with. Well, negative 2 comes before x. So if I put x before negative 2, the sign then switches. Okay? Is how that works. Next one, x over 4 less than or equal to 5. Okay, the operation's division, so like multiplication, you want to circle the division, and that number's a positive, so we will not be changing the sign. We have division, but it's by a positive number, that 4. So the opposite of divides to times, 4 times 4. So x is before the symbol, and 5 times 4 is 20. So 20 is my critical number. I'm going to fill in the circle because the line's there, and it opens towards the number, so we go this way. And then going that way is less than or equal to, and I put x first, then 20. Okay, next one. Negative 2/3 x plus 4 less than 18. Kind of a tougher one here with the fraction. So here are my operations. 2/3 and x is times, and then x and 4 is plus. Now we want to circle the times. Now it's positive, it's negative, okay, so that sign needs to flip. Just go down a few lines and flip it. Well, you don't come down here because before you deal with the negative 2/3, you got to minus your 4. So when I'm plussing and minusing, I just line up the sign, and we have 14. I don't jump down to the end until after I've dealt with this number here. So negative 2/3 times x. Now, if I got times by a fraction, I simply flip the fraction, okay? So keep the negative, and you just flip it to 3/2. Then you can do the x out thing. Times negative 3/2. So I have x over here. Put a 1 under your 14. 14 times negative 3 is negative 42, and then 1 times 2 is 2. Then we divide those, we get negative 21. Okay? So negative 21 opens to the x, so if it's opening up towards the x, it goes this way. So it's greater than x negative 21. That one was kind of a hard one. Okay, next one. Negative 2 parentheses 6 plus x greater, and you're going to learn something new on this next one, something I haven't had come up when doing these. Well, I have no idea what happens to my sign until I simplify this. So first I got to get rid of my parentheses. Then I need to make sure that we get rid of one of the x's. So I distribute negative 2 to 6, and then I'll put a 1 in front of the x, negative 2 to 1x. So negative 2 times 6 is negative 12. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2 with x. And then I got the symbol. We have negative 15 minus 2x. Now you have x's on opposite sides, but they're both negative 2's. Negative 2, negative 2. Here's what you get to do when they're the same x on opposite sides. You can scribble those out. Scribble out your number line, and then what you're going to write is this. You're going to write all solution or no solution. That's what happens when I scribble my x's out. They have to be the same on opposite sides. See, these were both negative 2's. Negative 2, negative 2. So I'm allowed to scribble them out. Now, here's how you tell. You have to circle which one it is. All solution, no solution. Negative 12 is bigger than negative 15. The sign should open up towards the negative 12, and it does. So it's all solution, okay? If it opens up towards a smaller number, then it's no solution, okay? So if this is my bigger number, sign opens up towards that number, so it's all solutions, okay? Next problem. 5x plus 7 less than or equal to 22. Okay, so here's the side where the x is at. We have a times 5, circle that, and a plus 7. Now the times is not by a negative, it's by a positive, so that sign will not change. We have to subtract the 7 first, and when I subtract, I just drop the sign that's there down. And you get 15, and then 5 times x. Now I divide by 5, and now x is by itself, so I can go to where I made my sign. X and 3. So we have 3, we would fill it in. It opens to the number, so it goes this way. So going that way is less than or equal to x3. We always want to put the x before the number. Okay, next problem. Negative 3, parentheses x minus 5, greater or equal to negative 3. Okay, so number line, first I need to apply the distributive property. So negative 3 to 1x and negative 3 to negative 5. So negative 3 times 1 is negative 3x plus negative 3 times negative 5 is 15. And then the symbol with negative 3. So now I can keep track of my operations. We have a times negative 3 and a plus 15. Since the multiplying part is negative, the sign must switch. Okay. Then we minus 15, minus 15. And don't go down there yet. Okay. Negative 3 minus 15 is negative 18, and we have negative 3 times x. Now I divide both sides by negative 3, and we have x. Negative 18 divided by negative 3 is 6. So that's what I end up with. So I plot 6 on the number line, I fill in my circle. It opens towards the number, so it goes this way, which means less than x and 6. Okay, next one, you got 5f greater than or equal to 6f minus 6. Now, if it was me doing it, if I've got variables on opposite sides, I would get rid of the one on the right. That's just me. Okay, so minus 6f. You can't cross them out because they're different, so get rid of the one on the right. And now I have negative 1f greater than or equal to negative 6. Now the f is just over here. It has a times operation by negative 1, so if it's negative, we've got to flip that sign. And we don't have to add or subtract. We can just go divide by negative 1, and now I come down here because the f's by itself. So I have f and then positive 6. So we have 6, I circle, I fill it in, it opens towards a number, so it goes this way. So that's less than or equal to f6. Okay, next one, 6 minus 3x is less than or equal to 4 minus x. Okay, so we have these x's on opposite sides. That's a negative 3x, that's a negative 1x. Okay, I would get rid of the 1 over here. So we'd plus 1x and then I would plus 1x to the negative 3x. So I line up my sign. Negative 3 plus 1 is negative 2x plus the 6, and then 4. Now we know what operations, so that's a times, so I want to circle that, and that's a plus. So since the times part's negative, the sign has to flip. Then I subtract 6. Remember, don't come down here because you still have, x isn't by itself yet. 4 minus 6 is negative 2, negative 2 dot x. Now I can divide by negative 2. So we have x before the symbol, and then that's 1. Okay, taking a number divided by itself is 1. It's not 0. Okay. Fill in the circle. Opens towards the x, so it would go this way. So it's greater than or equal x1. Okay. Next problem. 9 plus 2x is less than 2x plus 1. Okay, so we have x's on both sides, but again, they're the same, positive 2, positive 2. So I'm allowed to now delete those from the problem and then forget the number line. Then I write those two things, all solution or no solution. So 9's bigger. Does it open up towards 9? No, it doesn't. So it's opening up to the wrong number. So that's a no solution. Okay, last two. 2 parentheses x minus 8 is less than 16 plus 2x. Okay, we need to apply the distributive property, so 2 times x is 2x, minus 2 times 8 is 16. Less than 16 plus 2x. Again, I have that same thing happen where I have x's on opposite sides, but they're the same. So they're just going to cancel out, and I don't need the number line. All solution or no solution. Okay, negative 16, positive 16. Well, positive 16 is bigger and it opens up to positive 16, so that's all solutions. Okay, and then last one, 6x minus 4 less than or equal to 2 times 3x times the quantity 3x plus 6. So we apply the distributive property on the right side. So 2 times 3x is 6x, 2 times 6 is 12, and over here we have 6x minus 4. Again, we have x's on opposite sides, but they're the same. 6x, 6x, both positive. You can eliminate them. You can get rid of your number line then, and it's all solution or no solution. Okay, positive 12 is bigger than negative 4, and the sign is opening up towards positive 12, so that's an all solution.